Welcome back, everybody. I got another review for you and a little bit of a different thing going on. I have been researching thermos cooking, mainly because I'm planning some trips. I really don't want to, when I'm doing these trips, I'm on the road and stuff, I don't really want to have to eat out too much at places I don't know or fast food. I'm trying to avoid fast food. On the road of recovery as far as weight loss and stuff like that, so want to stay away from that stuff. I want to eat more healthy. So like I said, researching thermos cooking, and that's why I picked up this guy. Now this is a Stanley all-in-one food jar, 18 ounce, and it says right here 12 hours hot or 12 hours cold. I'll give you a look at the rest of this guy. Some of the claims there I kind of doubt, but I think they're just having a little bit of fun. Okay. Now, when you open this guy up, it comes with this spork, which does fit in here pretty tightly. So you got a spork. You got a cup, which can also second as a bowl if you want to serve your food up. You got this lid. It's got a pretty decent seal on it, and this opens up this compartment here for condiments, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's kind of like that softer type plastic. I don't know how to describe it. Now, one thing I did notice is this right here appears to be a pressure release valve right here. And when you get the instructions, these instructions are in about, it looks like about a dozen languages. But here is the English. I'll just go ahead and slowly scroll down. You can pause and read any of that if you want to. Okay. Now, the thing I find interesting in here is they say do not use with dry ice, dairy products, or carbonated or fermented beverages or foods. Doing so may cause pressure buildup, which can lead to lid failure and spills. Or forceful ejection of the lid and contents, which can cause injury. Now they say forceful ejection of the lid and contents in here like 4 times minimum. And I think that's what this pressure release valve here is all about. They don't want this thing building up pressure and exploding like a grenade. And I did read one review where some guy said he put his lunch in it and the top blew off when he removed this cup, which I thought was kind of funny because I'm like, man, what'd you put in there? But anyway, so what I would like to do to kind of test this is I'm going to fill this up with hot water to just warm up the thermos, like they say in a lot of instructions and a lot of tutorials online. I'm going to let it get hot. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat up some water on my little butane stove. We're going to pour the tap water out of this and put the hot water in here. We're going to cap it, put the lid back on. We're going to put a time and date, and then I'm going to go to work. And when I come home, and after I get settled and everything, it'll be close to 12 hours later. We're going to see what kind of temperature reading we get from this in 12 hours. So, let me get set up and we will get this all ready, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, we're back and we're set up. I'm going to be cooking or boiling up 20 ounces of water in there. I have removed the label. I got hot tap water in there, and I got my digital thermometer, non-contact thermometer, and we're going to use that. We're going to see how hot this water is in here, and it's saying 109 or so. So while we heat up our water here, which we're going to get started right now, Okay, so once this is boiling hot, I'll pour out this water, pour it in, let it set for a minute or two, take a temperature reading, put the caps on, and give you a date and time, and then we'll go from there. So I'll have you right back once this is boiling. Alrighty, we got a boil. Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to take a temperature reading. That should read 212. Okay, it's reading 206. But we're going to go ahead and get this stove out of here. Okay. And you should always wear gloves when you're doing any of this stuff. These wire handles usually stay pretty cool, but they can heat up. You don't want to burn yourself. Alright, I dumped out the thermos. Interior of the thermos is reading 111, 110. It's slowly cooling off. So we're going to pour this hot water in here. And the instructions said not to fill this thermos. Keep it 1/4 of an inch from the seal point, which I might have to pour just a tiny bit out, which is going to be right about there, the way I got it. So let's take a temperature reading. About 179 degrees. Boy, that cooled off fast, didn't it? But then again, it's heating the bottle. So we're going to go ahead and seal that. Put our other lid on here. Okay. Now let's fill out our data. So our last temperature was 179. 179 degrees. And the time is, it's just about, it's 11:30 a.m. Pardon my terrible handwriting, but I am doing this with gloves on. So 179 degrees, 11:30 a.m. I'll bring you back tonight when I get home from work, and I usually don't go to bed till right around midnight anyway once I get home. So we will have time to film the other part of this, and we'll see what our temperature is inside. I don't feel any warmth. Maybe a little bit right there. Yeah. There's a little bit of warmth right here near where this cap, but it's just minuscule amount. Okay. I'll bring y'all back later on tonight after work. Alright everybody, I'm back from work. We are 30 seconds till 11:30 p.m. I had a miserable day at work. It was work. I don't feel any heat, but we're going to take a temperature scan of the outside. It's saying that this thing is in the 80-degree range. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's a slightly higher temperature right here at the ring, which doesn't surprise me. Okay. It's 11:30 p.m. It's been 12 hours. Let's see what we got going on here. Hopefully this thing won't grenade in my face. Oh wow, I can feel some warmth there. Yeah, definitely some heat there. Okay. Please don't explode in my face. That would really suck. especially after the day I had. Okay. Ooh, I can feel the heat coming out, so it's definitely warm. Let's see what it reads. 131 degrees. Now that is Fahrenheit. 129, 130. So we'll just say 130 degrees after 12 hours. That, I think, will do. Yeah, it's got some good heat. So I think this will work quite well for thermos cooking, which, well, I'll probably have some follow-up videos if I do some thermos cooking. I do want to go on a trip up north, and like I said, I just want to make my own food. But if it's something I could do and throw dry ingredients in here in hot water and torque this down and just go, that would be great. Kind of like your own make-it-yourself mountain house. So, what do I think of this little Stanley food jar? I think it's great. We started out at 179 degrees 12 hours ago, and it's 131 or 30 degrees. So it really didn't lose a whole lot of heat. I mean, it did really well. So, yeah. I don't know about this spork they give you. I don't know. I'll give you guys a better look at it. So, it's just a real simple plastic spork. It does reach, you know, down in there, so you still got something to hold on to if you're going to eat right out of the jar and not plate it up in here to eat. So we'll just have to see how everything works out. See if that melts at all. I'll leave it in there for a little bit. Yeah, I think this will work. This, a way to heat up water, some dry goods. Ooh, I wonder if I could make rice in this. Ooh, now that opens up some possibilities. But if I remember right from what I was reading, they said doing stuff like rice is some of the hardest stuff to do. Because you're getting your ratios right for your water and everything. That and the amount of time it needs. Because you're not continually, well, it's not all flexible. And it's pretty warm. Yeah, I think that'll do. I don't think they'd put out something that's terrible, and all the reviews I was reading, I didn't really hear anybody complaining about the spork. Like I said, the only bad reviews I saw was people saying that this was grenading into their face. But then again, if you read the directions, you're not supposed to put carbonated or fermented or anything like that in here that can build up pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this out and get things cleaned up because it's almost midnight. It's almost my bedtime. So I will see y'all later out in the woods. And I think the Stanley is awesome. So if you're looking for a food jar to take to work, or maybe even do what I'm going to do, go ahead and pick one up. $21 and some change at my local Walmart. Not too bad. I wouldn't order one online because the other negative reviews I've seen, people were getting them and they were dented up. Now, I don't know if they were dented up at the warehouse or in transit. That wasn't really clear. So, you might want to take that into effect. So, without further ado, I'll see y'all later in the woods.